Good evening, good evening, good evening. I hope you're doing well. This is my second time coming on tonight. Hey, I'm um I'm in the mood today, in which it's okay when there are times in your life when you're not in the mood. You have to allow yourself grace and mercy, and that's what I want to talk about. To allow yourself grace and mercy. Um it's important. It's important. Excuse me. Get something to drink. Anyway, it's Saturday, and I just got back from the grocery store. I'm gonna make me some chili. Excuse me. Um, Fall is my favorite time of the year. I don't know what it is other than the temperature outside. It's a certain bit of coziness that fall allows um, us to migrate, into our humble abodes and just kind of love on ourselves and be cuddly with one another and individually, right? Something about fall, the attire. I love fall wardrobing. And that's one of the things when I really get back to my authentic self. Um, a big part of my personality and who I am is my attire. I um, I have loved fashion since a child, and I was very in tune to and focused on presenting myself in my desired manner since early teenage years. Always had part-time jobs in the retail industry because I wanted that discount. I never been one to like to window shop. I don't like window shopping. How about you? I like to buy. Looking ain't fun. I like to acquire. So anyway, um, with the fall season coming up, I always get excited about sweaters. Um, a nice, fluffy, good sweater is almost like a hug. You can really get lost in it and feel comfortable with it. So I like fall attire. Um, I like the holidays that's in the latter part of the year, Thanksgiving. I'm not a trick or treat chick, but I like candy, but I can't eat too much as you get older. If you don't know, you'll know. And of course, I love Christmas. Just love Christmas lights, festivities, the warmth and happiness that goes with gift giving, even though I don't really celebrate it like that because my kids are grown and they live in another state. I can send a package, or try to see them. But as this is what I know, when they start getting older, you better live your life and develop your own relationships because your kids will leave you in the wind. So you got to do what you got to do for you. I want to travel and fine dine. That's what I want to do, and buy my own gifts. How about that? So if you haven't subscribed and liked this channel, please do support it. I'd appreciate it. Mental health ain't nothing to play with, and that's my focus. Making sure your mind is right so you can live a happy, healthy life. That's a win-win for everybody. You better hit that subscribe button and join this community for real, because it's a lot of people out there that's miserable as hell, and focused on more people's lives than their own lives. We got enough going on individually. I think we all would come out a lot better if we focus on on our own lives. Um, and that's the right thing to do. Um, be what you need. Show up in the world and be what you need for somebody else other than you. And maybe the world will show grace and mercy and return that love and light back to you. How about that? Wouldn't that be something? You never know until you try it. But I met two young ladies this evening in ShopRite when I was getting my little stuff to make my chili. Shout out to my two ShopRite girls. Remember what I told y'all? Much love to y'all. Um, we have to support one another. We have to pass on information and ensure that we are being active and supportive of other people. I love mentoring younger people and sharing wisdom and encouragement and helping them understand that this is the beginning of your life, not the end, and to hold your head up high and move forward and share life lessons so they can be in a better position than those that came before them. That's what life is all about, extending the hand and helping somebody else up and forward. If you don't have that mentality, I encourage you. It's important, it's necessary, it's what's needed. Um, I'm glad that I took time to focus on what I needed so I can be a better support system for somebody else. With the holidays coming up, I know a lot of people are struggling with being alone and things of that nature. And I hope and pray that if you're one of those people that might um, be a little discouraged or don't have support as holidays are approaching, to be proactive in ensuring that you put some activities in place in a schedule. When dealing with loneliness, you really do have to plan ahead because loneliness can really capture and get you in a downward spiral mindset if you don't manage that properly. When I was younger, I used to go through bouts of depression because my sisters, they were married. I'm the only one out of all my siblings that have never married, even though I have two children. But I always say saving the best for last. I still believe that. But I'm also very aware and very realistic that the older I get, the possibilities of that may not happen. But I'm always optimistic about love. I don't really look at relationships in the same manner as I did in my 20s and 30s. But I don't ever give up on love. And I suggest and encourage you not to as well. But don't be so consumed with it that you can't enjoy your life because life will go on regardless. And that's okay. I encourage it and I want it to go on. I want to go on with it. And I think life can be beautiful if you be honest with yourself and be productive. So with this holiday season, because I know I'm not going home, and I'm no longer in a relationship, nor do I desire to be in any past relationships. I think I'm going to take myself out to a nice restaurant that I have went to before for Thanksgiving, and I might live stream that. Um, but I'm not. What I'm not going to do is sit around and do nothing, and be lonely and all that. You just cannot succumb to that type of mentality. And let's just be honest. There's a lot of single women out there um, that might not have somewhere to go, or men too, just people in general. And I want to encourage you to be proactive in ensuring that you start putting a list together or a plan together for the holidays, because loneliness is real and many people struggle with that, and you don't have to, and I don't want you to. You don't deserve to, but you do have a responsibility to be proactive and do something to ensure that you've put a plan of attack in place to take care of yourself mentally, and hope you have a wonderful time in the process, you know. um, when I first went in the store earlier, for whoever this is that's with me, if you could hit the like button, I sure appreciate it. um, when I was talking to the two young ladies and wanting to encourage them and just fellowshipping with them, it's a good feeling when you just show up as a human being. With the last 3 years that we went through collectively across the universe, it feels good for me, particularly. This is my first year where I'm really starting to feel like me. Um, I went through depression and anxiety in 2019, and in the beginning of 2020, I caught a severe case of COVID, and all hell broke loose. And what people don't understand is you have to allow yourself grace and mercy. I never went through, like all of you, something so severe, but that anxiety and depression that I had went through 6 months pre-COVID, I was still coming out of. And then to walk smack dead in of March 2020 into a severe case of COVID, um, that just really did something to me physically and mentally. And what people need to understand, and what I had to understand going through my journey of healing, is that healing does not come easy, and it does not return quickly. It is a journey, and there's no timeline. You have to allow yourself the space and the grace and the patience to allow your mind and your body to understand the trauma that it has experienced and what works for you to help you navigate and get over those however many obstacles I had to endure and overcome. So many obstacles, and I still have some challenges that I overcome, but the beautiful part about it is I didn't give up on me, and I will never give up on me. And when I told the young ladies tonight in the shop right I was in, to reach out and follow me on YouTube, because I talk about mental health and encourage people to live a healthy lifestyle. The one young lady said, "Well, where was you at when I was going through mental challenges?" I said, "I was out there. You just didn't know me." And what was beautiful for me is that the young lady, African American young lady, and that's what is so wonderful to me, she was authentic and honest. And it's encouraging because when I started to talk about mental health, come on in here, y'all. I see a couple of y'all. Welcome aboard. Don't go nowhere. This is important. I want to make sure before you walk away that you get some out of this. She was authentic in acknowledging and sharing that she has had a bout with emotional, depression and mental struggles, whatever those are. We didn't go in depth, but the mere fact that she was comfortable enough and honest enough to share that. I initially shared it, that I speak out for mental health. And the more and more we get closer to the truth and honest with ourselves, that is what it will take and what we need in order to heal. Um, it's a beautiful thing when honesty is a part of the conversation, when showing up authentically and unapologetically is present. I let go of pretending and facades long time. I really was never that, because I was always a very direct person. But we all have this thing that we go through, as we grow in life, where we trying to find our way. I went through those stages being younger, trying to find my way and discover who I am. And I'll tell you this, just show up as you are, be yourself, because whoever you are is good enough for any and everybody. You can believe that. Too many times people miss out on wonderful opportunities to have a great experience, a beautiful experience, because they're too busy trying to be somebody else other than themselves. Don't do that to yourself. Life is too short and too important, and you are good enough just as you are, whoever you are. And I want you to know that. I want you to keep your head up, and I want you to know if you're going through something that you can get through that. I am in awe, and I'm so grateful that I had my spirituality, that I knew that there is a God when I was going through my struggles. I believe that if I did not have spirituality, that I would not be alive because I went through some very trying and traumatic things, and my comfort came from a higher being than me. And I just think it's unfortunate, and it's scary when people don't have spirituality. You have to be able to nurture every aspect of you, mind, body, and soul. There is no 50%. There is no, oh, I only have one or two and I don't believe in the other. You ain't got to believe in it, but it's there. And if you do not nurture mind, body, and soul, you will not experience the true aspect, the true blessing of whoever you were meant to be. You have to nurture all those things if you were to truly become into being who you were meant to be. Who I am today is who I'm meant to be because, see, there's no lying, there's no pretending. All those years before then, I only was able to experience pieces of me because I wasn't nurturing all of me. You have to get to a place where you understand who you truly are. I'm in my late 40s. Took me many years to get there. Some people get there a lot earlier, and I hope and pray that most do. But it's a lot of people that's older than me and still don't know who in the hell they are. They still running around here miserable as hell. They still running around here lying because they didn't take the time to get to know themselves. A lot of people out here looking for answers, looking for comfort in other people. And I'm here to tell you, and I want you to hear me. You are not going to find that in anybody else. All that you need, hear me, all that you need is within yourself. But see, most people don't sit and take the time to get to truly know themselves. When you get to know yourself, you will understand what you need. And people that are in your life benefit and are blessed because of their interactions and what you give them as a gift of being in your life. And it's a mutual thing, but they can't give you what you need. People waste their life away looking at other people to fulfill that hole, to fulfill that emptiness. And they don't have the discipline or the courage to take a step back and deal with themselves alone. Can't nobody help you get there. Can't nobody help you get there. I'm telling you what I know. I've been there. I've been there. I used to always stay so busy, always busy, going here, doing that, never alone, afraid to be alone. I spend more time with myself now than I ever have in my life. It was hard in the beginning, but I did the work. I got on my knees and I prayed, cried out to God when I was weak. And I was sincere. My heart was open, and God came. If you don't understand it, my heart goes out to you. I ask you to search for that experience. You don't know nothing about it. I didn't know nothing about it until I went looking for it. And I did a lot of work. I did a lot of work. I'm telling you. Don't let this life fool you out of your existence, fool you out of your soul. A lot of people walking around here don't have no spirituality. They being pimped by the world, by society, out of their soul. It's a shame. It's a shame. And I don't want that to happen to you. But I can't want more for you than you want for yourself. It's a fact. You got to want to get well. You have to want to be the person you need and to seek the understanding of what this thing I'm telling you is all about. I used to look for other people to make me happy for 30 years. And I wasn't never happy. I wasn't sad all the time, but it was those temporary happiness. Can't nobody sustain and fulfill that. That's a job can't nobody keep up with. We own that. And it took me many years to understand that. And I'm telling you, if you have not had enough experience in life or gained an understanding of what I'm telling you, I invite you to start searching within yourself. I invite you to get a better understanding of what I'm talking about for yourself, about you, so you can live this life right. And you can get on the other side of that peace and happiness. When you learn truly about that peace and happiness, can't nobody take that from you. When I listen to those young ladies, these young girls that follow that chick that give them just terrible advice about relationships, basically being a gold digger and finding a man to take care of her, if she like him or not, and if he unattractive to her or not, it's all about the money. What they don't understand is they wasting valuable time of their life that they will never get back on something at the end of the day want that because they think that these are the things that they want, um, will make them happy and they just will not. It's a sad day when you see an idiot and a fool that won't listen and you can do nothing but let life teach them. Keep speaking out and hoping that something to hit them. But like my father used to say, God rest his soul, a knucklehead, they'll end up with a soft rear end. You can believe that. Don't be a knucklehead. It's a waste of time and it's a strain and a heartache that you don't have to go through if you don't need to. But if nothing else, I want you to make sure that you stay encouraged. Don't never get down on yourself. I think that's what kind of carried me throughout life. Number one, I would listen to other people that were older and wiser than me. And I never gave up on me. I never gave up trying to learn. Listening is a skill. A lot of people think they are listeners, but they're not. They um they listen to respond. They already got their mind made up. They hear a couple buzzwords that they pick up and they already start conjuring in their mind their response and they ain't even heard all the other words that go with it. Cause it's a skill to be a good listener. Most people aren't. If you're not, learn how to be a good listener. You'll get ahead a lot quicker than a lot of people. That's what people don't understand. What has happened and is happening in this world is nothing new. Some people have already been through it, and you really can learn from other people's experiences and bypass a lot of mess. I was able to do that. I went through a lot of mess too, but I went through less mess than a lot of people because I listened. Learn to listen if you haven't. And learn to help somebody else. It's a good feeling when you help somebody else. Helping somebody else is more of a blessing for you than it ever will be to others. And that's the piece that seems to be missing in the world. Everybody want, and nobody is giving anymore. Just think about that. If the world is full of takers and not givers, how empty this world will end up being. You have to replenish in order for things to grow. That's like relationships. Like I was mentioning a little while ago about those young girls being taught to be gold diggers and use men for money at any cost. When you take, and you don't give back, at some point there's nothing more to take. You can exhaust and drown. You can kill it when you don't water and nurture it, be it plants, be it relationships, be it your own individual heart, sweetheart. Everything has to be nurtured. You keep taking and taking and don't put nothing back in. When you put your hand in that bag, some point there won't be any more potato chips. There'll be nothing left to eat because you didn't ate it all. The law of life is simple, people. But people are so arrogant that they come up or try to come up with new solutions to old problems. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. You need to apply the law of life. Nurture your mind, body, and soul. Self-respect, discipline, boundaries. The golden rule. You was taught that in kindergarten. It tickles me when you arrive. See, I've arrived. I am so aware of what's going on in life and what it takes to have peace in my life and to navigate it properly and not be selfish or self-centered, that I try to encourage and educate others. I speak to African American women specifically about adopting the soft life, letting go of that strong black woman mentality because it's killing us. We dying at an alarming rate of heart disease, stress, high stress jobs, toxic, abusive relationships, wearing ourselves out, eating bad, not exercising, um, not learning from these bad situations that we continuously revisit is killing us. You don't have to be a shero and a hero. I let that go. I don't want to be that because it'll kill me. I want to live a soft life. Let somebody else deal with all of that mess. Learn how to mind your own business. Don't get involved with the stress and the mess. Don't stay in toxic relationships and high stress jobs. Don't let your kids pimp you out of your change purse, buying stuff that you can't afford or they don't need. Humility can save your life, can save your kids too. If you know, have school age or children, if you're that age where you still raising a family. I was actually talking to one of my sisters earlier about shopping. She likes to buy her grandkids things. I said, don't spend too much money because they're young and it's a waste to spend constantly. Just get enough. That's the problem with the world today. People have more than they need and they don't appreciate anything. I ain't saying that because I'm looking at other people. I'm saying that because I've been there. I went through it. Lessons in life can create a beautiful life once you learn and you apply, apply it to your life and share with others. Smart people listen and then they apply it to theirs and they don't go through what you went through making them foolish decisions. But anyway, I'm just rambling on. I gotta, you know what? I'm proud of myself because even though when I returned to work early September, physically going in, um, I still upload videos, but I haven't been going live as much. But now I'm getting settled in, and the one thing that I'm gonna stay committed to, regardless, is to continue pushing forward and learning about social media and growing my channel and doing, because that's for me, I'm investing in me, something that I'm doing for me that has nothing to do with um, a job or my family. This is for me. So I show up here for me. It's a nurturing part of my life that I have implemented, growing my social media, speaking out about truths and honesty, being authentic, encouraging other people to adapt a happy, healthy life, to quit lying to themselves to get well. Uh, I and once you get well, let me tell you this. You can once you get well and you start talking to yourself and you tell the truth and you start healing from your past pains, people can't lie to you. You see through the bullshit, excuse my French, but this grown folks TV over here. Um, you can't unsee the truth. When people pretend and they trying to present themselves in a way that is not authentically true, you can't unsee the truth once you start seeing the truth. When you walk in your truth, you start seeing everything. And your heart starts to go out to others because you know they're suffering because you've been there. There's so many people that are suffering because they lied to themselves. Don't get so consumed with this social media. Be very guarded. I had to go around and start unsubscribing from channels because I'm very mindful of what I expose myself to, the amount of exposure I allow into my psyche. That's like, this is real. Prime example. You know how you hear a song and for days you can't get that song out of your mind? That's life. What you expose yourself to will start to continuously rotate and seep into your bones, your soul. And all this negative stuff out here, all these lies in these YouTube streets, please be mindful of what you allow yourself to constantly see. It's so much negativity out here. It ain't doing nobody no justice. So I had to start to unsubscribing the channels and just step away because I don't want all that. I didn't did too much work to be sitting around here being a part of all that negativity. I'd be damned. Absolutely not. And to be honest, I don't really want to talk about other people. I want to talk about you. I want to help you. What's going on in your life? What advice can I give you to help you move forward? I don't give a damn what's going on over there. It don't help none of us. Gossiping and talking about somebody else don't help us. You can use it as a teachable moment, but no, just to be talking on the internet talking shit for what? Let's talk about the shit that's going on in our lives and how we can do better and be better. That's what I care about. How your mental health? How you doing tonight? Did you eat good? If not, why ain't you eating today? Or why didn't you eat the right things? Uh, did you go for a walk? Did you smell fresh air? If you're not feeling good, if you're struggling, what can you do so you can get past this? That's what matters. There's a lot of miserable people out there. You don't have to be. Work on what's going on in your life. That's what's important. So you have to constantly reset. Pay attention. Make sure you reset. And I had to reset. I said, I'm getting off track. I'm all off in listening to this mess about other people, and it ain't no benefit to me. So don't. You have to be mindful. Stay woke. Stay woke. Because you can be drifting off in something and it don't mean nothing. And I don't want you to do that because um girl, look, I'm talking to myself. I ain't seen none of these comments. What's going on, Free? Happy Saturday, lady. I was wondering where the comments was. Look, let me get caught up, friend. You still out there? Happy Saturday. Yeah, many families are, and I'm one of them. You know, um, I I'm going out to eat, and I'm gonna eat a good meal too. The older I get, I don't just eat anything. Thank you, lady. I uh I felt good earlier when ran into some young girls, and I told her they told me to subscribe to my channel, talk about mental health and getting your life right. And she's talked about. She said, "Where was you at when I was struggling?" I said, "I was around, but I enjoyed the fact that she acknowledged. A lot of people be running around here lying and hiding. You can't hide from the truth. I'm so in tune now. I can look at somebody and know they struggling. But what I uh have come to learn is when you honest, it gives people a safe space to be honest, and they can show up authentically. Cause when I was checking out, the girl asked me did I have my little discount card, at the grocery store. And I said, no, I could put my number. She's like, well, you don't have to rush, we got time. I said, girl, I couldn't rush if I wanted to. I said, all you gonna do is make me nervous. And then we start laughing. And I was telling her, I said, yeah, I said, that's real. And she said something about anxiety. I said, yeah, I said anxiety, depression, everything. I said, a lot of stuff happened after COVID. And we started laughing and giggling about it because it's true. But I am very comfortable with being honest. Ain't nothing. Listen, it's more people, whether they tell the truth or not. And I'm talking about Black people. I'm talking about people that look like me, that suffers from depression, anxiety, or some kind of condition. And the days of the lies is just over. It's time to quit lying. I've heard in these comments more times than not, and I ain't moved. I didn't heard it so many times, but I'm starting to call these characters out. It be us. Here they go. This is what they say. It be us. It's the Black people. We the only ones out here talking about each other like that. No, listen, we came from a very abusive, toxic existence here in this country. We all, and everybody want to get all sophisticated. No, we all came from the same place, and a lot of this stuff that's been hidden behind these four walls and these closed doors, um, the lies got to stop. I grew up with a very high regard for the African American community, with the mindset, oh, we don't do that. Black people don't do that. I didn't know what I didn't know, but now I know better, so I do better, and that's I ain't lying for us. We do it all. It's a lot of bad things that's then went on behind them four walls in these families, and it's time to quit lying so people can get well and live a happy, healthy life. I'm tired of seeing us running around here, um, lying with conditions and unhealthy. We got to get healthy. And how you start doing that is quit lying. So all that bullshit, excuse my French, on it be us that's talking about each other. No, it be us that's lying. Quit lying. Own up that you made some bad decisions. Own up that, and I have a preacher that's in my hometown in Ohio that I call his prayer line in the mornings at 5 in the morning, and he tell the truth, and it's the truth. He help a lot of people that come out of the prison system, and um, he's very in tune with the real world. And a lot of his stories he tell, like he say, these women had these young daughters, and they um they get in these relationships with these men, and when the preacher tell her the truth, that man don't need to be in your house, and you don't need to be with him, because he ain't looking at you, he looking at your daughter. And these chicks need to quit lying, because these men really do be wanting and sleeping with these women daughters, and they need to quit lying or accusing their daughters for what's going on. This stuff really do be going on. And the more I be over there on TikTok, and more of these young girls coming out with their stories about they've been, and I'm just still baffled, but I know it's real and I know it's true. A lot of these young girls been raped by their daddies. Like, the lies is up. Look at what has happened to the culture. These, people don't believe in wearing clothes no more. People don't believe in being who they are. That's because of sickness. Nobody's going to make me accept you for something other than who you are. Just like everybody has rights. Yeah, you got women's rights, you got gay rights, all that. That's fine. I have a right to stand by my truth and what I believe. I'm not going to change my belief just because you said it's a law. If I'm running around here trying to be something other than myself, I'm intelligent enough to know that that's a mental health issue. That's not a law issue. And the law cannot make me accept anything but the truth. And black people cannot make me stop saying time's up. It's time to quit lying because all this mess is going on in these families. Quit bringing these men in your house because they screwing your daughter. Quit acting like you're going to die if you don't have a man. I'm not the type of woman that believes I don't want or need a man, but I'm not going to do anything to have a man. I will live if I don't have one. I want people to have love. I want love, but I ain't tricking and I ain't paying for it and I ain't doing anything to have it. And if by chance I don't have it in my life, I'm not going to disrespect myself to have a piece of it. I will live and I will enjoy life. I'm so tired of all these single women out here that selling their soul for a piece of ass that will do anything to have somewhat of a man. And contrary to what popular belief, we need to live in reality. African American women are dying at the highest rate of AIDS. That's because they sleeping with these men. And these women, it ain't just women out here sleeping. Some of these women are wives. They husband out here sleeping with men. We got to wake up because we died. High death rate because of heart disease. Number one death rate from AIDS. And we wilding out. Don't come in my comments talking about I'm jealous because I'm speaking out because I don't want you to be a damn fool. I'm speaking out because I care about you. Free said we are programmed to fake it till we make it, protecting that overinflated ego. Listen, that ego will kill you. That fake it till we make it crap. Listen, that day is over. Got to start telling the truth. I talked to some of my African American friends at work. We'd speak about letting go of that strong black woman mentality because it's killing us. Having all these toxic jobs that are high stress, that we start developing conditions because we working like a dog while everybody else got the lighter jobs. They put us in the line of fire. Said, quit doing that. Let everybody else uh, do their jobs and do those jobs. Black women are dying from that, and our families are suffering. No, I don't want to do it. I'm not going to do it. I've done it, and it damn near killed me. You do it. I ain't stronger than a Mexican. I ain't stronger than a Caucasian, an Indian. I'm a woman just like everybody else. You deal with that stress. I'm done with that. I want to live my life. I am going to live my life. Let go. Y'all hear me and hear me well. Let go of that strong black woman mentality because it's killing you. I done told you. Now it's up to you to do whatever you're going to do with it. But if you don't believe me now, you're going to believe me later when you on your back, when you can't get up, when you didn't fell flat on your face and you need help because your nervous system then broke down. Free, you know I ain't lying. Many of them want to be married so bad, they just marry. Listen, marry anybody. They want to marry so bad, they marrying the same sex. Um, Same sex cannot reproduce. Like you can't defy the law of life, nature. See, that's the thing. People, that ego is going to destroy the world. And if you well, welcome aboard, AJ. Let go and let go. You better believe it. Listen, ain't nobody gonna trick me out of my religion. I was saying something earlier. I said people are so arrogant. They ain't nurturing the mind, body, and soul. You gotta nurture all of that, all of it. That they letting this world trick them out of their soul. I ain't gonna let this world trick me out of my soul. I need it. I need my mind, I need my soul, and I need my body. And I got to nurture all of them. You got people out here giving 50-50. They don't believe in soul, they don't believe in none of that. And people dying early. What'd you say, AJ? AJ say yes. So true. Done calm down so much, still single and good. Yes. Um, I went through that stage where we all have went there, like, everybody wants to be loved. Everybody wants a mate, somebody that love and care about them. But there comes a time in life where that can't be my main and only focal point. Some of these girls selling their soul to say, I got a man or I got a husband. It ain't worth it. And you don't. My last relationship, I ain't been in a relationship since 4 years now? It's been 4 years. The worst feeling that you can ever experience for me is to be with somebody and you still lonely. To be in a well, you're not in a relationship. That's the thing. To live a lie. All this stuff is a lie. And the sad part is we can't get this time back. We can't get this time back. And these young people, they tell you you're jealous, you old, and they don't realize they're gonna be our age a lot sooner than they know. I'm in my late 40s. I remember my 20s and 30s like it was yesterday. It still snatched my wig when I think about how quickly time went by free. I ain't lying. Be trying to save these knucklehead broads. I be trying to save them. Then I tell them, I didn't work my tail off trying to get to where I'm at, to where I don't have to take no mess. You know, work my butt off to get past 5 figures. Didn't work 2 jobs now. When you tell them, you can get to 6 figures, you don't need a man to get that. You lying. You ain't got no money, and your couch look like it come from Goodwill. Okay, I digress. Go ahead, girlfriend. Uh, report back after he snatch your wig, cause he gonna snatch it. They AJ, they don't realize. Well, poetic. Welcome aboard. Glad to see you. Glad you caught the laugh. Free said, this generation puts money and status before come. Listen, I try to stay aware because number one, I have a daughter that's a Gen Z. So that I did a video. It's probably been 5 months ago, 6 months, well, February, whenever that was, because that's when I really like launched this channel, right? About the sprinkle girls. Just trying to encourage them, like, be careful. They still be in the comments on that video trying to eat me up. So I go to that girl's live sometime, right? To see what's going on. Cause I'm like, something wrong here. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, they worship. She talked to him like a dog during the lives. But this is what they say in the comments. This is what we dealing with, y'all. How can I get a provider to give me some money? I want a cute provider though. What if they ugly? I don't want them to be ugly. And you so beautiful. Oh, you're so gorgeous. And she talked to him like a dog. And she tell him, if you ask me a stupid question, I'm not gonna answer it. And but see, you'll never see her background. She wear wigs. She look like a basic chick. She ain't no beauty queen. I mean, and I ain't knocking her. These are facts. This is my opinion. Um, she's no beauty queen. She ain't living high on the hog because she wearing cheap wigs, and she talks to these people like a dog. I know these girls, Kate, they got to be between 12 and 16 because some of the comments, I mean, it's just unbelievable. And if you want me to answer your comment, then you better send me a super chat. And then, okay, beautiful. This guy, he want me to have sex with him. How much should I charge him? It's unbelievable. So you saying Don't care if he ugly because all money green, right? It's unbelievable. But then will come in my comments and say you jealous and you poor. She was beautiful and you wish you was her. No, I'm trying to save you, dummy. I'm trying to save you because uh back in 2017 when I used to blog, I wrote a lot of stories about gas that killed a lot of y'all. And the truth of the matter is a lot of people don't have coping skills. I'm learning coping skills. We wasn't raised this way. We are just being comfortable. What it's not we, a small minority group of us. So congratulations and welcome y'all that can speak authentically and honestly about life and struggles, because the majority of our race is still lying and refusing to get help, and they still killing, unaliving you all at an alarming rate. I'm trying to save your life, dummy. I ain't jealous because I ain't getting beat up and I ain't begging or asking nobody to buy me nothing. It's an expectation. That's what people don't understand. When you work on yourself, when you work on your self-esteem, it takes all the mess out the game. You don't need nobody to tell you how to trick and pimp somebody. When you work on yourself and you become the person that you need, then what comes along with that is boundaries and expectations, discipline, self-worth, value. I remember being younger. Bree said they think if they have money, they do need morals. They don't need morals or excellence. I think you meant don't. Yep, I agree. Beauty fades. They better have a plan and save those. Listen, the best thing I ever did was take care of me. Any relationship that I didn't ever been in, and I didn't seen this happen to many people. When it's over, they got to start over. They don't they lose it all. They can't maintain their life. My ex, the last ex I had 4 years ago, I remember he told me one time in the beginning. He said, "Well, I didn't say I was gonna take care of you." I said, "I'm gonna tell you just like I told him, because it caught me off guard. I don't I don't wait on no niggas to eat. I never have. When we broke up, I didn't miss a meal. I still ate. I'm still eating. I still drive my vehicle. I still shop. I still buy and do everything that I did before I met you. Nothing stopped but me allowing you to waste my time. That's the only thing that stopped. I maintained my life. I know his ex-wife lost, she couldn't maintain stuff. Other girlfriends, not just that him, but people I know throughout my life, their life just stopped. Mine don't stop because I ain't waiting on you to eat. I ain't waiting on nobody to eat. I will go get it and I will maintain it. That doesn't mean that I don't have expectations and requirements, but I'm realistic. I'm honest. I live in the real world. All these people think, it ain't even that many enough people with enough money. People just now starting to gain money on social media, like gaining enough money to where they could really impact people's lives. Um, Black people ain't got old money. People that's got money, they just starting to generate it. It's all new money. Oprah's money, new money. Oprah ain't even old money. People silly. We are a culture that have to be honest. We are still trying to dig ourselves out of the mess that we was born into. And you got these chicks out here that's sacrificing their life. And you can't tell them nothing. I somewhat blame us because soft parenting don't work. I don't believe in beating a child, but some of these kids missed a couple ass whoopings and now they parents can't do nothing with them. They whooping their parents' tail, and it's a shame. It's a shame. I met this young boy the other day when I went to that women's conference. If you haven't watched it, I did a little collage. of video clips when I went Thursday. It's a big conference in Pennsylvania. PA Women's Conference is what it's called. And I met this little dude, this little boy. I didn't know how old he was at the time, but I ended up on my way home. I thought I caught the right train and caught the wrong one. End up on the wrong train. But this is how aware I am. And I know how to get home, even though I don't really ride a lot of mass transit because I didn't come from the East Coast. So I didn't grow up riding trains and stuff. Um, but this year I rode it by myself. And I was all proud of myself. Um, on my way home, text my sister, said, I got down there and back, no issue. Well, and I'm on my way home. Caught the wrong train. So I ended up, I was going to catch an Uber or a bus when I told the girl, because it was the last exit. I couldn't like jump on another train. The train stopped. That was the very last one. So I couldn't course correct. So when I looked up Uber, and I knew I wasn't that far from my house, I didn't know the area, but I wasn't that far from my house. It said $29. Like, I ain't paying no $29. So I asked this girl, random girl, I said, hey, you know how to ride the bus? So the bus was $1.60. I hadn't rode a bus in years, y'all. I looked at, and I normally don't have a lot of cash. I had a 20 and a 10 and a 5, but I had $1 bill. I had 2 quarters. I had a nickel, and I found 5 pennies in my purse. Had exactly $1.60, the cost of the bus fare. I saw this little Caucasian boy. He was limping. He got on the bus. I told the bus driver what happened. I got on the wrong bus. Can he get me close to the train track where my car was parked at? He said, yeah, that the bus, he could get me closer. They didn't go right there, but he could get me close. So when I didn't know how old the guy was, the little young guy, he sat next to me. He was limping. I started talking to him. I'm personable. I said, well, what happened to you? Found out him and his cousin was on a motorcycle, and he ended up shattering his knee, and his cousin broke both his knees. So I'm like, what, talking to him like when life was good, when growing up, how adults would talk to me. I asked him what he was going to do forward. He said he was going to stay off motorcycles. I said that'd be a good idea. So anyway, end up take about an hour to get to the area where I live. The bus driver stopped, said, this is where you get off. We was the last ones off. Because the same thing happened to that young boy. He got on the wrong train like I did. So it was like a 4-block walk to get to that next train where my car was parked. I told him, I said, well, you can sit down at this gas station because I saw a chair because this guy limping, right? And when I get down there, I'll get my car and come back and give you a ride to the train because he had to go back down Pennsylvania. He was like 3 stops before, because my stop is the last stop too. But he didn't want to leave me. He said, no, I'll walk with you. And he hopping, right? I said, you're going to be hurting. So at the end of the day, when I was talking to him, I said, how old are you anyway? I said, you 16, 17. He ended up, hey, how you doing? Welcome in. Ran about that. Glad you made it. I asked the young guy, it's a moral to this story, so y'all stick with me. While we was walking, he was hopping out because I told him, I said, I said, sit here and I'll get my car and come back and pick you up and drive you back to the train station. But he didn't want to leave my side, right? He hopping. He was like, no, that's okay. I'll walk with you. And I said, okay. And so while we was walking, I said, how old are you anyway? He was 15. I said, you 16, 17, you end up being 15 years old. I said, your mother know you was downtown? I said, what you doing downtown? Uh, I said, I see what they do downtown. I be on the internet. I said, you don't got no business downtown. You keep your butt from downtown. I said, stay in your own neighborhood. And I let him, and his phone was dead, so he couldn't call his mother. So I said, use my phone to call your mother. I said, because I know your mother don't know you was downtown, do she? And she didn't know, but her phone was dead. So long story short, that's how I found out he was 15. And when I got him to the train station, he was very thankful. He said he wouldn't have made it without me because, he had never been in New Jersey before. And I told him, I said, stay at the, and when we got there, the train was coming in like 5 minutes. I said, don't move. I said, sit at this bench and the train will be there. Get on this train. And the train would have got, it was 3 stops away. So he only had 15 minutes till he get to a stop. And I told him, I said, don't do this again, because he was supposed to be on crutches. Told him, I said, put some ice on your leg when you get home and take some Tylenol. I said, because you're going to be hurting tomorrow. I said, this is a lesson that uh, quit doing what you ain't supposed to do. I said, you done did something you weren't supposed to do, and now you paying for it. And so, long story short, when I got home, I was like, how in the world? I was thinking, I said, I had a good day. I knew, and I know how to get home. I said, how in the world did I get on the wrong train track? And it hit me instantly. I said, that was for that young boy. God was looking out for that young boy, because that boy had never been in this area before. He would, and we had to walk 4 blocks. He would not have known. And that bus took us through a rough side of town before it got to my side of town. He was the only Caucasian on the bus. I'm on the bus looking, when we was going, like, where we at? Talking to the bus driver. I said, you sure you gonna get me to the other depot? Look, I'm getting nervous. Cause I don't mess around in people's hoods. But it hit me instantly. I said, because I know how to get home. That was meant to make sure that young boy got home. And that's real. When you start to get older, when you become aware of life. You become aware of when things happen. You know what I mean? Exactly, a divine appointment. And yeah, amen, poetic spiritual. But these things are real, and I am aware of that. I am very aware and intentional. That's why when I see this silliness going on with adult people that are, my age and older out here, that's just, when you sell your soul for anything, you end up with nothing. You can get what you want. You don't got to be a part of foolishness to get ahead. You have to be intentional. You have to be mindful. You have to be aware, and you got to have a plan. You know, everybody wants that instant satisfaction. Anything worth having, you got to work towards it. And that's a fact. That's the law of life. It ain't gonna go away. These truths are nothing new. People want to apply new solutions to old problems that's already been solved. Why would you come up with something new if it worked with the old solution? Apply and repeat. And people wonder why things don't work out. I don't understand it, y'all. But I want you to stay encouraged, and I want you to stay aware. We have to stay aware. I constantly reset. I have to reset. You can be consumed with this life and all this noise that's going on very easily and quickly. Be very intentional with your life. Be very intentional with your time and how you spend it. Because contrary to popular belief, one day will be your last day. So one day will be my last day. And in the meantime and in between time, don't focus on the BS, the mess. Just think, we don't know the day or the hour, but your last day, you spent it on nothing, on some mess. What a waste. I want to be very intentional, purposeful. It really does nurture the mind, body, and soul when you do that. But you have to be, it's a discipline. It's a constant reset. And when you become aware of that, life will start to show up differently for you. I think about several years ago, I was in such a bad space. I really was. I was lonely. I was sick. I was depressed. I was scared. I was everything. My health was declining, wasn't taking care of myself, working like a dog, buying into that strong black woman mentality while I'm sick as hell, saying I'm okay. I look back and I say, Lord Jesus, just thank you. And I see other people running towards that brick wall, and I'm trying to throw you a lifeline. All I can tell you is what I know. I can give you the gems and the jewelry of life. It's called wisdom. It's up to you how you wear it, how you treasure it. It's all I know, y'all. It's real out here in these streets. It really is. But when you stay aligned with something that matters to you, you'll continue to show up. You know, we all need encouragement. We all need support. We all need love. We all need laughter. Nobody is immune from any of these things. We can tell ourselves, like, we can survive without all of them, but that don't mean that we don't need or want them. I know what I want my quality of life to look like. I know what quality of life for all of us should look like, what healthy looks like. People have fooled themselves into believing in food and have convinced others that this toxic way of life is what good looks like. It we a small group, y'all, but we ain't going nowhere. At least I ain't. I ain't buying into the mess. You ain't gonna trick me out of my soul. I like that. I don't know where I got it came to me, but that's one of my new sayings. You ain't gonna trick me out of my soul. These people being tricked out of their soul. They going straight to hell. Their life is hell. You know, ain't nothing good. Who would want to live like that every single day? It's a problem. It's drama. It's negativity. It's bad. Like, you feel that in your bones. You ain't gonna trick me out of my soul. I'm gonna stay true to what I know to be true. And I suggest you do too, y'all. For real. I'm a matter of fact, I might do it tomorrow. I'm gonna make my reservations for Thanksgiving. I really want to take the train to New York. I am gonna take the train to New York uh before Christmas and hang out. New York, if you ain't never been to Manhattan, Christmas time is beautiful. All those stores with the lights and just the festivities. It's just a different experience. Coming from the Midwest, that's always exciting to me. To experience something like that. And it don't take a lot of money. Like what when I caught that train the other day, basically it's $20, $10 each way, maybe $8, $9, $20 rounded off. Um, it don't take a lot of money to do something different, have a good day. You know what I mean? Um, no, that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about them adults that I be seeing out here. The sprinkle is the kids. The other stuff, I'm talking about these I'm talking about these chicks that's in their 50s, 60s. It's terrible. It's terrible. This is what people don't understand. You don't just arrive. Like, you got to work towards being a good person. You got to work towards being a person that you want to be. Anybody can be a fool. Anybody can be a jackass. Anybody can be a shit starter. All of that. It's a decision. Any and all of us can get caught up in that. It's easy. Ain't nothing hard about none of that. But I constantly push myself towards being the person that I need. Positivity. How am I need all of this and then I show up toxic and crazy as hell? No. Be the person that you need for somebody else. That's why I said, literally, I had to start shutting stuff down. I said, I'm starting to see all this, just all this gossip, all that mess. Oh my Lord. I said, no, no. Mm-mm. Ain't none of that paying their bill over here. And we all know, get a bundle of grapes, $12. I could give a damn about what y'all talking about over there. I'm trying to figure out about this grocery bill over here. Why these prices so high? What my checking and my savings account look like? What my health look like? How my body feel? Is my mind getting enough rest? That's what I care about. Is my knees hurting for real? I'm trying to grow gracefully, and I suggest you do too, because it ain't getting no better. I have to apply this mentality even with my kids. I got two kids. I love both my kids. They 10 years apart. I got a millennial and a Gen Z, and they two different worlds apart. But the reality is, they live their lives. Like my daughter in college, my son, he 29. He'll be 30 next year. He just turned 29 this year, this summer. But he got his life. Like, um, some people don't know how to live their life and put expectations on their family that they family can't uplive or can't live up to or don't want to live. Like I would like a closer relationship with my kids than I have, but I spend a lot of their life working, working like a dog so they can have. Now that I got a little more time, they developing, their own niche in life, and I'm cool with that. It's learning at this point in my life, and I don't have no grandkids or nothing. As far as I'm concerned, I ain't old enough. I ain't even 50 yet. I ain't knocking nobody, but thank goodness, because I my next stage in life, I need to experience something just for me. My kids doing their thing. They don't want me all up under them. So what does that life look like? And a lot of single black women need to be honest and real with themselves too. They don't even know what to do with themselves. Well, you better figure it out, because ain't nobody coming to rescue you. That's just what it is. You know, they kids doing their own thing, different interests than what we have. And a lot of us struggle with that. Therapy can help with that. If you can't resolve that on your own and you struggle with that, go talk to somebody about it. But it ain't gonna sitting there ain't gonna change nothing, because look around. These kids, they ain't giving in. Some of y'all gotta learn how to let go, because it's a different kind of love out here. I told my sister that. I said these kids, they don't love us like we love our parents. It's a different kind of love. They was raised different. It is what it is. And some people gotta not all situations like that, but it's a lot of them. Go, if you don't believe me, go over there on what you call that, TikTok. Shit, them kids. I told my mother this. I said, you know what? A lot of these kids hate their parents. Amen. Listen, mine. I got a 19 and 29, and I'm 49. I had one at 20 and one at 30 free, and that's where you got to be. You got to enjoy your life. You better enjoy it. They enjoying theirs. But it also gets to the point, a lot of these women can't enjoy their life because they don't have a man, and and let's just be honest. A lot of people have not learned how to love themselves. I was that. I speak out about it because I was her. You know, when you really learn how to love yourself, then you can go on with life. I can go on, and not hover over my kids or throw guilt trips because they don't call me as much as I would like them to. I tell my daughter now, I don't know if I want to hear from you, because every time you call, you begging. I said, uh learn how to quit begging. So I back her off me, because when I start talking about that and tell her, that she need to get a job, um, I did a lot of stuff. I worked, had a kid, and went to school. Um, I said, and you just working, and you think, I said, you weren't born a princess, sweetheart. I said, it's time. You've been in college a couple years now. It's time for you to get a job. All these, emergencies. And when I call you, you know, it's money. Now I got to get you in the real world. If I can be honest with myself, I damn sure can be honest with you. And that's the thing. A lot of people ain't willing to be honest. And a lot of people don't want to hear the truth. That don't mean the truth ain't the truth. And that's just the bottom line. But yeah, I know Free. I ain't lying. You at work tonight, Free? I know. I think that last Saturday I was on it. You work Saturdays? I really do need to stay committed to my Saturdays, but I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Sometimes I don't have nothing I want to talk about. But I know in order to grow a platform, you got to. And I'm telling y'all, I'm gonna grow this platform. If I don't do nothing else, I'm gonna grow this platform. I'm gonna keep at it. I'm actually proud of myself because they said I've only been so February I took off a month. So however many months from so March and I started February, but I stopped a month. So March until now. Well, good for you, lady. I know you glad. I know. Shoot, I remember when I worked every weekend when I was in the automotive industry. Part of my regular schedule was every Saturday and Sunday. I worked that for years. Now, all I want to do now, y'all, is YouTube. Every time I be going out somewhere, I'll be looking around, thinking about content. It's funny, but you know what? It helps me. It helps me stay healthy. I'm gonna get better. Um, I said, if these people can run around here, talk about each other like a dog, talk about everybody like a dog, and they can make it. I said, at some point, some gonna go viral about, with mental health and let's get real and heal. I said, because I know negativity is powerful, but the truth got to be powerful too. You can't tell me that the truth ain't powerful. It's just ain't it ain't my turn yet, but I ain't gonna stop. I ain't gonna stop. And then I like you start to feel like people. Like, some of y'all, I know y'all. I don't know y'all, but I know you. And y'all know me, you know what I mean? Because the reality of life is we more alike than we not. Um, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. What I learned in life is truth will set you free, and when you help somebody, you help yourself. And that's how you truly get well. I I looked at my surrounding in my life, my upbringing, all the people that I knew growing up, and everybody had similar stories. Everybody had I was younger than a lot of them, so I was able to learn and navigate and avoid a lot of things that my sisters, because I'm the youngest of five girls, and a lot of their friends and these people in my community went through. It was everybody's story was similar. A lot of chicks, even today, as an adult woman, a lot of stuff that happens to black women and a lot of her struggle has was stemmed from the way she was raised, her upbringing, and men from them no good ass men, and not letting them go when they should have. I can tell you a handful of healthy, good relationships that I know of. Most of the rest, the story ain't changed. And that's from older women, women my age to younger women. And it's like, when are we going to get past this? When are we going to start being honest and telling the truth so we can get to the other side of what life is? Because I don't believe we should be living like this. More women than not have a condition, an emotional or physical condition, because she was in bad relationships and she didn't know how to get out of them early enough to where she wasn't impacted. That's just the truth. It's the truth. A lot of what we suffer from is these badass relationships. And when are women going to learn how to love themselves well enough to where I'm not going to be in these bad relationships. I'm not going to walk into these situations to where I stay so long to where I develop a condition, you know? Um, you are too. You are too. I appreciate that. Light is light is definitely more powerful than darkness. You better believe that. I had a lot of darkness in my life, and that's a bad feeling. When I got sick in June 2019, and then the pandemic happened in March 2020, wasn't even a year later. Life was very dark, and it felt dark, and I was scared as hell. I talked to God, and I cried, and I prayed for 3 years. And prior to that, I had, I had struggles in my life, but nothing like that. Nothing like that. I mean, y'all know how shocked y'all, whatever the pandemic did to you, whatever that experience was to you. Think about 6 months before that, you was you had just experienced a traumatic situation, and you was just healing from that, and then boom, the pandemic happened. I was scared as hell and sick as hell. And that's when and what's crazy is that was the scariest, toughest time I've ever experienced in my life. Um, July 2019 up to March 2020, when the pandemic happened. Those two experiences was the worst in my life, but they was the best in my life. I experienced near death and the greatest fear and sickness I had ever experienced, but it opened up a new path in my life. It opened up a truthfulness, a authentic, a healing that I would have never gotten in such a dramatic way than what happened. It pushed me forward. That sense of urgency pushed me not only forward in my life, but also forward enough to speak out, to have the courage and the need and desire to speak out to help someone else, because I knew before then, but I truly knew then I'm not alone. It is more people like me. And it was so traumatic and so bad that I had no choice. I was either going to fight to live or I was going to lay down and die, because I was damn near dead. And at one time, I wasn't ready to go. So I had a lot of fighting to do. And the only way that I could heal was I had to start telling truth. I told every damn truth I knew. Anything to help relieve me from that pain, that fear and that pain. Let me tell you, I've been through depression before in my life, just because of growing up how we did. All of us, uh, as kids, black people, I don't care what nobody say. We all got a form of PTSD in us. Um, it's just it's the reality of life. But to experience that anxiety, I heard it, but I never knew what anxiety was until I went through it. Like, these conditions are real, and I'm like, and when you start experiencing, and then you start to see it in other people, and you look around in the store, everywhere you go, you see all these people that's got these conditions. And they got these conditions because you got them or you healed from them. And you're like, this is crazy. A lot of people out here suffering. And ain't nobody talking about it. Ain't nobody talking about it. I am. I done told so many people, you know what? That's not normal. And you have normalized that bad behavior. If you can't get that under control, you need to go get some help, because running around here acting a fool wilding out is not normal. And I'm uncomfortable with it, and I'm uncomfortable with your behavior. Look, exactly. Listen, my nerves were so shot. I remember AJ praying to God, just asking him to give me rest, give me peace. It's it's a scary thing to sit there nervous all day and you don't even know why you're nervous. There's a lot of people out there going through this. And the sad part about it is most of us don't know how to deal with it. And a lot of us is still in the dark and don't want to deal with it. Saying, oh, I believe in God. Guess what? God is the reason, help me get therapy. God, what people don't realize, oh, we just pray. That's what somebody, when I said, I did a video and I said, therapy can help with that. Somebody had put in the comments, we pray. I said, I do too, fool. And I prayed to God and God guided me to get some therapy. I said, that's your problem. You open your mouth and you still living in that ridiculous ignorant state. And it's a lot of people suffering. Learn how to keep your mouth closed if you don't know what you're talking about. We all grew up the same way, same mentality. People think they so different. No, we all were taught the same things. And how did it work out for you? Because the result has been the same for decades for all of us. Now run tell that. When you don't have a solution, don't open your mouth. And a lot of us should be ashamed of ourselves when we when we open our mouth. Because we still preaching the same story or the same advice that's been around for 60, 70 years and ain't worked yet. Ain't worked yet. We are just starting to learn bits and pieces of the truth about what has happened to us. The truth is still slowly coming out. I saw this video the other day. It's a historian or something. It was an old clip. But this guy, and I believe every bit of it, because we don't know our history. We really don't. We're learning bits and pieces. It's been buried. But anything in it, what's in the dark will come to light. So bits and pieces are coming to light. I believe what this historian that I watched said. He said, I forget what the guy's name was, but back in slavery day, these slave masters in America reached out to this German um, guy that, had experience with dealing with slaves in Germany. And they reached out to him to ask for guidance because they couldn't control the slaves. The slaves was overturning the masters, taking over the homes, burning them down, doing all this kind of stuff. And they reached out and said, well, how did you train yours? Because we can't get these people under control. And I'm paraphrasing. And he asked them, did you yeah, that. They talked about the Willie Lynch. They said the Willie Lynch letter came to pass, but it was a part of this of how that that's how the Willie Lynch letter came to be. He said separate the parents from them babies, work the parents to a dog till they, die, and then you raise the kids and tell them anything. People out here doing and believing anything. When you have no substance, you are a dangerous person because you become a person without a conscience. And that's what I had said it this many, many months ago. I said the further that these young people get away from the truth, from their ancestors and what happened, I said the deadlier it will be because they have no sense of value, no self-respect, no purpose. When you are operating from a state of no purpose, you are a dangerous person. And it's a lot of these people that don't care about history, don't care how they got to where they got. They have no obligation, no sense of responsibility, no self-worth or respect for others. And that's a dangerous person. And we are in those times. We are in those times. Yep. Divide and conquer. Exactly. But it was a very good analogy. How, you know, like you take people that came from substance, people of worth, honor, wealth. He said, you ain't gonna never be able to train them because they know who they are. You have to separate them. Took them babies, shipped them off hundreds of miles away from the parents. Worked the parents like a dog until they died, and raised them kids to believe that they were peasants. They came from nothing. It's true. Yeah, look. It's in all of our families. It's in all of our families. I don't. When I speak about society, I've experienced it and I've lived it. And I've seen it in everybody. I told some people at work, I said, running around here being sophisticated, I said, we all got the same history. We all got the same background. I said, it's starting to get better. I said, but everybody, people came from prior to the boat. I don't know where before the boat. I said, but everybody came from Alabama, Mississippi. Y'all can be as sophisticated as you want to be, but we all the same at the end of the day. We come from the same place. Ain't no getting away from that. And AJ, it'll keep them nervous. This is a true statement. This is real. The less people know about you truly are, the better off you are. That's a real thing. But you have to be intentional. You have to be intentional. You have to be intentional with who you want to surround yourself around, who you want to involve with. That's why this stage of my life, see, everybody that I was around, I was doing better. I was more successful than. I was pouring so much into other people, trying to help them in their life, that I was exhausted because wasn't nobody pouring back in me. And now at this stage of my life, I don't focus on helping people in that way. Like, I just want to maintain what I got and work on my YouTube. You know what I mean? I still like those young girls. I gave them some advice about that I met in the grocery store today, um, about jobs and what they could do, what they should do to get a better job. I still give advice, but I don't get so up close and personal to where I walk them. I used to walk people to their new life, like every step of the way. Do they resume, all that, role play with them, interviews. I used to, do it. I'm tired. I even told my niece last night. I said, "Listen, I'm getting older." I said, "I got a lot of information." I said, "I done helped a lot of people change their lives." I said, I said, you about 30. I said, it's time to change your life. I said, I still know people. Um, you can get, that I can reach out to. You can get a better job. I said, but you got to make that decision. I said, and I can't reach out to them and you smoking weed. I said, because that's my name. You know, I said, you got to decide. You want a better life or you want to be on dope? And she started laughing. She said, marijuana ain't dope. I said, anything that alter you is dope to me. It can be legal or not. Dope is dope. I said, decide what you want to do. And which, she said, she read, I said, but you got to get the knowledge with people. People can pass on knowledge and wisdom. I said, I'm not as strong as I was 4 years ago. I still got wisdom and knowledge. I said, but as older I get, I said, because I'm getting further and further away from the process. I don't hire or fire anymore. I don't manage anymore. And when you don't use it, you start to lose it. That's the law of life. I sit here sometimes and I'll be talking and my mind just go blank. I'm like, I don't even know what I was gonna tell you. I done forgot. And be dead serious. And it don't be like, oh yeah, I remember now. Sometimes my mind go blank and it might not come back around until 4 days later. Might not come back around at all. Who knows? I ain't waiting on it though. I just move on. I have adjusted to it's a different phase in life. I embrace these phases in life. I also think, and I want to, as time goes on, is really to like form a group of people, women, that have done enough work that you healthy enough, or to have done the work, or if you're not, like, because some people like truly need medication. Like if you a person, chemical imbalance is real, and if you're a person with a chemical imbalance, and you need to take medication, like you should take it. If not, do the work and show up in a healthy state, where You could be around people, and enjoy yourself. To get a group of people and plan activities with, you know what I mean? Um, because there are a lot of beautiful people out there, and what I've come to learn and live in my life is I can't wait on nobody. Like I can't wait on my family for my experiences. And some people in my family and in my past I don't want to take with me no way. Um, but there's some experiences I want in life, and I know that I'm not alone. And there's beautiful people in this world that I would like to cross paths with. Like like Free, AJ. I feel like I know y'all. You know. I do know y'all, but I just don't physically know you. You know what I mean? Um, and when you come across genuine people, the kind of person that I am, I know that that's a gift and a rarity because it's a lot of sick people out here. Let's just be honest. Free, I ain't lying. It's a lot of people for real. Like, and it's a lot of my. I don't want to know you like that. Like, I'm cool with the internet. Um, but there are a lot of normal people out there. We can, it's so much noise that goes on out here in this world that you can start to feel like ain't no good people in the world, but there's some good people. We show up, and when we fellowship, you know, we can identify, because the reality is it's a lot of sophisticated liars out there. We are all more alike than we are different, and that I know to be true. I didn't manage many people in my life, and we are more alike than we are different. I remember this one chick. She couldn't even do her job properly because she worried about what her dude doing at home. She about to spaz out. I told her, I said, you better go get you some normal pills. I said, because I can't manage this. I said, you're gonna mess around and lose your job because you can't stay focused because you worried about what he doing. I said, you can't change what he doing. He gonna do whatever he doing. I said, but what you can do is protect your peace and protect your job. Make sure you do what you need to do so you can maintain your job, because you keep acting a fool, I'm gonna have to write you up and put you out of here. I said, you better go get yourself some help. She did. She went and got herself some help. I said, I'm telling you, I said, because I used to act like you. I seen that behavior before. I know what you're doing. I know what you're going through. I said, and I went and got some help. I said, now I don't be acting a fool and I don't be wilding out and flipping out. I said, I'm calm. I'm cool. My mind ain't racing and running all over the place. So I stay focused on what's important. I ain't spazzing out. I said, if you spazzing out and ain't able to be productive and function, that's called a problem. And it's not normal. We have normalized this bad behavior. We have normalized these conditions because we didn't know no different. We still learning. I'm still learning about these conditions, about these behaviors. You know, we was raised to toughen up and shake it off. Ain't nothing wrong with you. Better sit your ass down somewhere and get it together. No, but actually something is wrong with me. Like I can't get my thoughts together, or you know, my the my heart is palpitating and I can't stop. Uh, that's not normal. Um, I'm so angry. I want to kill this. People have done that and went to jail and ruined their lives. No coping skills. Stress, anxiety, depression will kill you. A lot of people got conditions because of broken hearts, because of their inability to deal with their anger and stress. I know a lady I was very fond of, very prominent, very successful. She ended up having an aneurysm at work. I believe to this day what happened to her was because of her bad marriage. She stayed in a bad marriage too long. Bad marriage in the aspect of her husband was a cheater. I believe to this day she had been with him since they was, young. They built a business together. very successful. Money ain't everything. Had an aneurysm, never was the same. She used to live her life, travel the world, just beautiful home, beautiful life. Had an aneurysm at work and was confined to a wheelchair and never could function on her own. Still alive to this day. But nobody can tell me. I ain't no doctor, don't know, but I ain't no fool either. So that's that's how women have aneurysms. Staying in these bad relationships. Stress, high stress. It's real, y'all. Gotta learn how to walk away. I told one of my sisters that I said our problem is not me and her, but collectively like black women that I've seen throughout my life. I said we see red flags. Just talk about relationships, be it personal or friendships, just relationships. We see red flags early on in our lives. And instead of turning around and taking heed to the caution, stop, don't go forward. We blow, we blow straight through it like we ain't seen it. And we stay way too long. Way too long. And when we come up out of that thing, we be sick. Uh, bodies be beat up, minds be confused, develop conditions, symptoms. When if you would have just heed the warning in the beginning, that's a problem. Don't get involved. We get involved thinking we can change something. We can. We can change our direction. Walk the other way. Learn how to mind your own business. So I told myself, I said, we got to learn how to walk away early and mind our own business. Facts. look, look. I think it's still posted like on my podcast session free. One of the, this is how I so I've always been very prideful in my life, right? Like I've been a very snazzy dresser. Like I was known like I got a very, very nice wardrobe, right? Took me years to get it. Because I always had a part-time job on the side of my regular job. Um so, I when I step out, I was known for being clean, right? That picture I put up so people that knew me like they just you would never think that I would be as forthcoming and open and honest because I was a very prideful person, right? I put that picture up of before and after. My hair was long, the other one free. I lost it. All my edges was gone. My hair was broke off and brittle. I put them side by side about that stress and that strong black woman. I had to be honest. I looked in the mirror one day. I said, "Who in the hell was she?" Ugly as hell. I mean, for real. Like, wow. Um, but it was real. I done seen some very attractive women get in these bad relationships, and these relationships done with you, they just she used to be cute. You see a cuteness in her, but she ain't as cute as she used to be. I don't know why these chicks don't understand when you're trying to help them. They you jealous. I that jealous thing. I just shake my head when I think I'm trying to give you this knowledge, and you off in my comments talking about I'm jealous because I'm telling you that laying on your back ain't gonna get you the victory. You might want to work. Um, Men ain't just taking care of women. You got to go through a lot. Some people pull it off, but not very few. I mean, very few, and they ain't even enough. This new money. It ain't enough new money out here for everybody to get a provider. But hey, free. I think it's posted on my on that soft podcast. I'll post it again. Look, it's ugly as hell. My skin was very pale. I was dying. I mean, for real, I was dying. People don't realize it's a lot of what people fail to realize is the truth. People do die from heartache, from heartbreak, from stress, from bad relationships. Um, I don't understand why people don't realize or come forward and tell the truth on what's really going on with them. Yeah, I lost all my hair free, lost it all. Back that July 2019 when I was talking about that major depression and then COVID. Yeah, I had lost my hair in July 2019. All my hair started falling out. Bad toxic relationships, high stress jobs, they'll kill you. And I was going down quickly, very quickly. And when I start coming out of that, I couldn't do nothing but tell the truth. I had to tell the truth. That's the only way I could heal. That's why I say let's get real and heal. And in the order to get real, you got to tell the truth. You can't heal behind a lie. I was too afraid not to tell the truth because I wanted to get back to me. I needed to get back to me. But what I also learned was that person is, oh, I'm a better me. I'm a bruised me. That old me is gone because something happened to me, but it birthed a new me, a better me, a authentic, honest me. I wasn't never like one of those phony type chicks. I've always been honest, but I had growing to do. This experience thrusted me forward. I would not have come out in this way. I always would be honest, but on a smaller scale with a smaller group. Now I'm honest with the world. I want everybody to know what I know because I know it's more people than not that's living what I've been through. And a lot of them still there and they don't know how in the hell to get out of it. And somebody got to tell the truth. Somebody got to have the courage to tell the truth. Just like with COVID. I'm the first person I know to have COVID. When I came forward and spoke up about COVID, because I was sick as hell and damn near died, and I was scared as hell. That's when people was treating it like the AIDS. I didn't care about that. I knew if I didn't speak up, people's gonna die because I damn near died. And I'm like, this thing is. I knew when people still wasn't believing about COVID, saying they doing too much with the mask. I was reaching out to everybody I knew, and I only had Facebook at the time, and everybody. I had 1,000 something friends on there. I knew everybody on there. I either grew up with you or worked with you, so everybody knew me. I had to speak out. I knew people would die. And what's crazy, some people reached out to me that ended up in the hospital after I start coming out and warning them, telling them it's real. Like, pay attention, don't be out here um thanking me to help save their life. And then some people I knew died. It's a real thing. Like, you have to get to a point in your life where what you know and you can impact somebody other how you can impact others' lives is greater than your life. Speaking up and helping people, that purpose is greater than my life. It's bigger than my life. People don't want to step into their calling in the truth. And you have to when life calls you, there will be a point in everybody's life that you make a decision. What will you do? Those just happen to have been my callings. I was fearful. And I knew people was looking at COVID like the AIDS, because ignorant, but I had to speak up. It was bigger than my life. That's what they say. Like when at times of adversity, what will you do? Me too. My first cousin, she's only 49 and she looks 80 or 70. Gosh. So a lot of people look like your cousin. I appreciate that poetic. Um, but anyway, I've been on here almost 2 hours. I enjoyed y'all. I think I'm gonna try to go on earlier on. I'm really gonna try to start going on more often because I think the more that you don't go on, as you get detached, and it's just like starting over. And I think it's important to go live. That's how you grow your platform. I'm determined to grow this platform if I don't do nothing else. And I'm glad y'all here. I appreciate y'all being here. I'm glad y'all come along with me. And it's always a pleasure, a privilege when y'all come and share your time with me. I appreciate that. I really do. Um, it's good to talk to people. It's good to be honest. It's helpful and it's healing. It's good to know that others want to do better, are working towards doing better. And it's always great to know that you're not alone. And you're not alone. I'm not alone. We all got something we dealing with. We all got things in our life. I appreciate that. Please continue to share them. I appreciate that, Free. More than you know. We're going to meet each other one day. Um, I'm manifesting that. But it's a lot of us out there, Free. We just got to keep looking for each other and supporting each other. Because it was a long time in my life where I was lonely. I was lonely in the aspect of struggling, and I didn't have nobody around me that was telling the truth or authentic. More people gravitate to me because a lot of people didn't have the courage to speak up like I do. But I see it more. The more I speak up, the more people like me show up. More authentic people, honest people, people that want to live a happy, healthy life, don't want to be a part of the bullshit, want to get on the other side and experience what we deserve. They out there. Some of them will be converted. Some people need help, little guidance, encouragement. And I think the more that you show up in the manner that people need, the more those people will find you. But anyway, that's it for today. Hey, Free, it's always a pleasure. See, you see, I remembered about I knew you worked that Saturday, so I hope you have a great day tomorrow. If I come on tomorrow, um, I hope you can catch it. If not, you know the replay is always there. But I'm gonna definitely try to come on more often because just as much as I appreciate y'all being here, it helps me in my life. It helps me. Uh, I enjoy being in the space I am in now because I ain't pretending. I ain't lying. I'm being me, and I'm trying to help somebody, and that's a beautiful thing. When we help each other, we stronger together than we ever will be apart. You too, Free. So be looking for me. I'll make sure I'll be putting up my, what do you call that, my notifications when I start going out. I'm gonna definitely start doing that more so I can get back into being comfortable with it. But anyway, thank y'all for being here, and you know I'm always rooting for you. God's blessings. I'll see y'all next time. Have a great night.